gonna win that inch.
Let me tell you something you don't let in. Nothing come between us.
On this team, we fight.
And we shut them down because we can.
Hello and welcome. It is just me right now, Mr. Gabe Hypes, and Drew Patrick is running as fast as he can to get up here. How are you doing today, Drew?
Oh boy, it's been quite the rush to set up.
Well, I will say this, we're not quite done with setting up also. I know we're on air right now, but we are missing a battery for the main camera.
All right.
So if you want to go deal with that, I will enter the game, or...
I trust these guys, I do.
Trust these guys, okay.
But
so we
got
out.
quite the game here coming up here, Edinboro and Slippery Rock. The women's contest is first. The women of Slippery Rock are actually looking for the season sweep on your Edinboro Fighting Scots, as they got the better of Edinboro the last time these two teams met, and that was down in Morrow Fieldhouse.
Yeah, it was. It was not a pretty day for Edinboro. It was the end of the 16-game winning streak. And really, it was the play from Lexi Carpenter, the 5'8" senior out of Woodbridge, Virginia, picking it up for Slippery Rock. She was absolutely insane.
You know what? In Slippery Rock, they're going to have to do without her come today, as she is out with injury. She didn't even travel with the team here, or she did travel with the team, but she is not in uniform. She's sitting over there on the bench. That's 20 points a game that they now have to find a way to get elsewhere for this Slippery Rock team, a completely different team without Lexi Carpenter. It's going to be interesting to see what Slippery Rock and what Coach Bobby McGraw do to try and fill that 20-point production there.
Yeah, I mean, a 20-point production, and we look at the last game, Lexi Carpenter scored over 30. She was the complete tear for this Slippery Rock team, and it was a big reason. I mean, Edinboro ended up losing by 10, I believe, but it was a big reason why the Slippery Rock was able to get that ending 16-game winning streak on Edinboro. And it's really the start of all this bad mojo that Edinboro women's basketball has been having. In the last 6 games, they have lost 4.
Yeah,
and so
4 out of the last 6 dropped. This is not the same team that we're used to seeing. And I mean, the shots just aren't falling. They fell at the beginning of the year. It's just the team has gone cold. I don't think they've gone away from production. But starting the game has really been their issue.
They get it picking up at some point, but sometimes it's just a little bit too late, and that's what's been killing them these last couple games. And it started against the Slippery Rock team.
At the end of one quarter, it was 22-8 in favor of Slippery Rock in that last game. We have to take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that, we will have the start of this. We'll be step aside for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. This is Edinboro Basketball on the Edinboro Sports Network. Of course, Edinboro has their own share of injury issues on the women's side. Nicole Johnson not in uniform against Mercyhurst. Of course, at the beginning of that game, she hit her head on the ground pretty hard, going down. And when Edinboro was on offense, she stayed in the game after hitting the ground. But the very, very next possession, she went down again, and she was down for quite some time. And so it's better to keep her out into playoff time if that's how long it's going to be.
I mean, I this is the first I'm hearing about it. I mean, hopefully it's not a serious issue where it's going to keep her out of the playoffs even, because that would be a really key thing to lose, and also she is a senior.
And Nicole Johnson, I mean, she's a dominant defensive player. That's what this team uses her for. She's one of those players who will excel on the defensive side of the ball. That's where she likes to be, that defensive side of the ball. Your starters for the Edinboro Fighting Scots, of course, at guard, freshman number 2 from Chagrin Falls, Ohio, Michaela Barnes. Senior from Ambridge, Pennsylvania, the Mercyhurst transfer, Katie Fisher. The sophomore guard from Edinboro, PA, right here, Michelle Yan. The sophomore from Springfield, Virginia, Shania Sharp. And, of course, the forward center from Buffalo, New York, the UMass transfer, Sierra Ralston. It's a good group we got starting here, and Sharp is the one who's got to fill in for Nicole Johnson. Almost and what Edinboro does really well is it's almost an easy switch. For lack of a better term, it's you're subbing kind of the same person for the same person.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple players on this team. I mean, a lot of the players play exactly the same. You look at Michaela Barnes and Katie Fisher, they're very much alike. You look at Giovanna Jackson and Jonte Walton, they play very, very much alike. I get them mixed up all the time, and I get the Yon sisters mixed up more than anyone. I mean, there's so many, it feels like twins on this team, but because of just their play style, they look the same when they're going up and down the court, and they look the same on their jump shots, and they score about the same points a game. It's actually kind of weird.
It's a very, very deep bench. Your starters for Slippery Rock, you have Morgan Henderson, sophomore from Pittsburgh, PA, at the forward. You have number 12, Sierra Fordman, guard from Pittsburgh. Number 2, CeCe Dixon, your junior. She's your player to watch for Slippery Rock. You have Brooke Hinderlitter, the freshman from Seminole, PA. And you have, that was 25 Carly Lutz out there as well. Sharp underneath the basket, goes up off the glass and in, and Edinboro strikes blood first and early on their first possession, and it's Sharp. Hinderlitter gives it off to Sierra Fordman. Over back to Hinderlitter, driving to the right side into the corner for CeCe Dixon. Back to the top of the key, driving in. And an offensive foul is called there on Morgan Henderson. Was trying to drive through, and Katie Fisher took the dive. Katie Fisher across half court. Over to Jan. Pass down underneath. Jan was open, went up, blocked, second chance, no good. Ball fighting for, and Slippery Rock comes up with it.
Yeah, when she gets that pass down low, she kind of took a little bit of a stutter, and she wasn't able to get the shot off, and somebody was able to come right in. She had plenty of room, but she got stuffed.
Fadeaway jump shot, Morgan Henderson off the glass and in, and we're tied at 2 with 8:39 to go in the first quarter. Jan now with it. Will pass to the center to the foul line for Ralston. Going to work down low. Ralston kick out to Sharp. Ball was stripped away, and a foul going to be called on Sharp. She fell down, was reaching for the ball, and she gets called for the foul. An interesting foul call there. She was on the ground reaching for the ball, gets called for the block.
First foul of the game for Edinboro.
And Hinderlitter will try to respond for the Rock. Trapped in the corner, they get it out to Fordham. Fordham pass to Dixon, looking down low, but the pass went nowhere and out of play. And it goes back to the Fighting Scots. 8 minutes to go here in this one, in the first quarter of play. Edinboro Slippery Rock, 2-2 tie. Jan cutting down, shot is up, but she took walk. She took steps. She took walk.
She took a walk.
She took steps before
And this is kind of the slow start that we're used to seeing for Edinboro. I mean, they've only taken 2 shots so far. One of them blocked, one of them was made. So Edinboro looking just to play defense early, and that's a drive from Slippery Rock. No good on the layup. It's going to be passed all the way up to Katie Fisher, who's kind of cherry-picking. She goes back and forth, trying to work it down low, and then passing to a Michelle Yawn on the outside, but the ball goes straight out of her hand and right out of bounds. And so it's going to be Slippery Rock ball. And we have a whistle break, but we're going to go right back into it. Inbound from the Rock. Taking up the floor for Slippery Rock, trying to work it around the outside. Got to be brought back up to the top to reset. Getting some coaching, setting up a play. A pick, a no roll, a straight drive to the hoop was number 12, Sierra Fordham, who misses on the layup, and a quick fast break opportunity for Katie Fisher, who takes it all the way up the floor herself and gets a shot at the low block, fouled on the way up, and she'll go to line for 2.
So Fisher at the line, she'll have 2 shots. And both teams about to make a couple substitutions. And Jonte Walton in for Michaela Barnes, and Slippery Rock puts a whole line change, almost. 3 new players for Slippery Rock. First shot was good, so it's a 3-2 lead for the Fighting Scots. 7 minutes to go. Second shot is good as well. Fisher is almost automatic from the free throw line. Quick toss in. It's Leanne Gibson. Gibson gives it back to Wright. Cassidy Wright, one of the 3 players that just came in. Wright being covered by Walton, passed down to about the foul line for Henderson. Henderson turnaround. Jumper is up off the back. No good. Rebound by Slippery Rock underneath. Ball stripped away. The Rock comes back up with it. Kick out. Shot up for 3. It's good, and Slippery Rock takes their first lead on a Krista Petropola 3-point.
I like that name, and I like that shot. That was pretty much nothing but net for Slippery Rock, and Katie Fisher going to respond.
No good for Fisher, but right back to Jonte Walton. Shot is up, no good. And ball is loose and goes out of play. It will stay with Edinboro as Hinderlitter couldn't handle. Katie Fisher now underneath the basket. Tosses it into Sharp. Sharp gives it back to Fisher. Shot up for 3 is no good. Ralston got the rebound. Down to Sharp. She powers up, no good. And the ball bounces away back to Edinboro. And it's Hinderlitter at the top. Skip it over to Petropola. Back to the top for Wright. Sidestep shot is up. This one off, no good. Ralston gets the rebound. Toss out to Jan, but the pass a little too far ahead. And here we have the sloppy start for Edinboro once again. And it's Slippery Rock's ball. Ayana Vaughn checks in for Michelle Jan. 5-4 Slippery Rock at the moment. Hinderlitter, the freshman, gives it off to Cassidy Wright. Pass over. Down low to Henderson, but Ralston tried to get in there to strip it out. It goes out of play. It will stay with the Rock underneath. Cassidy Wright tosses it in and out. Driving through, kick to Henderson. Down low to Petropola. She's trying to spin around. Shot is up too far, and Katie Fisher comes away with it. And she'll take it across. She'll take it all the way. Layup is good, and the foul. And Katie Fisher puts Edinboro back up by 1 and has a chance to complete a 3-point play. That foul is on Leanne Gibson. That's her first. Fisher's shot is up and good. 7-5 your score. 5:33 to go in the first quarter. Pass through and a foul. Quickly, Leanne Gibson was trying to cut through the middle, and Allie Thompson kind of grabbed from the back. Giovanna Jackson comes in for Katie Fisher. Hinderlitter toss in to Dixon. CeCe Dixon with Walton covering. Gets around, leaves it off for Sierra Fordham. Fordham to Hinderlitter. Working that far right side. Pass down low, but a double dribble on CeCe Dixon as she tried to drive in, picked it up. That's a simple mistake that you can't make. And Maggie Moore comes in for Sierra Austin. This is the earliest I've ever seen all the starters taken out at once.
Yeah, I mean, Drew, you mentioned that taking all the starters out pretty much this early, 5 minutes into the game, almost. I think it's Coach Schwenk being tired of his starters, not giving him the performance that he wants. It's a lot of players kind of lacking, especially on the shooting total. And with that, we're going to have a media timeout. We're going to take a 60-second break. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Edinboro Sports Network.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to mooch off your friends.
You gonna finish that grape?
You mean the one in my mouth?
You don't need to stop buying the necessities.
What you're smelling is a natural musk.
Ew.
You don't need to be a medical test subject.
How do you feel?
Mostly okay. Sometimes, though.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman. Let's break for lunch.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
All right, deal.
Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Straight back to the action now. Edinboro with the ball, pass over. Vaughn has it at the top to Jackson. Kick out to Vaughn. Shot up for three. This one is short, but saved by Walton. Ayana Vaughn just turned into a truck and absolutely walloped Sierra Fordham.
Drew, I know it's early, but it's just weird to watch this Edinboro team. It really, really is. It's not the Edinboro team that we saw on that 16-game winning streak. You just see them airball a three. That's not something that usually happens with this team.
Petropola at the top, pass over, looking down low, and it'll stay with Slippery Rock as Mallory Henley was fighting for it, but Allie Thompson got a hand on it. Pass out to Dixon. CeCe Dixon going to drive through. Has to pick up the ball, leaves it back, and it goes out of play. Sloppy play for Slippery Rock early in this game.
Yep.
And, I mean, when there's senior captains over there on the bench not wearing a uniform,
yeah,
it happens.
She was by far the star of the game when Edinboro last took on Slippery Rock.
She's been by far the star of this team this year. Walton spinning around. Shot is up and good. Jonte Walton, good move. They're out on the end, and she's trying to be that spark. 9-5 your score, 4 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Hinderlitter, shot is up, blocked away. Petropola underneath. Second chance, no. And Edinboro comes up with it underneath. It's Walton, almost lost the ball. Gets it out to Jackson. Back to Walton at the top to Fisher, who can set up. She'll just pop up a three, and Katie Fisher for three.
I mean, that was a deep three there. Maybe something's on with her tonight. I should say I sure hope so. If she can hit those three, I don't see Edinboro losing this game tonight.
That's who Katie Fisher is. When she wants to take control of the game, she'll take control of the game.
And that's a real reason why they've been on this kind of a losing spell, is because she hasn't been on her game.
Shot up and no good for Dixon underneath, but Hinderlitter able to get down there and second chance that up and good. She is one of the star freshmen of this conference. We have our very own in Michaela Barnes. It's between those two for PSAC freshmen in the West.
And Edinboro has the reigning freshman
Katie Fisher for 3 once again.
Cut me off, Drew, but it was a good reason to cut me off. Katie Fisher, 2 for 2, down and back down the court, both threes. But Michelle Yon last year was the freshman of the year right here at Edinboro.
Yeah, Edinboro knows how to find them. That's for sure.
With the football team, too.
Absolutely. Hinderlitter driving around. Again, miscommunication between. And Edinboro takes it away. It's Jackson going to drive through. She steps back to Fisher. Sidestep, 3 is up. And guess what? That's in, too.
It might be the turnaround time. Right when you need to get hot, Katie Fisher might be starting to get hot. And if she starts performing well, the whole team is going to do well.
I saw Katie Fisher as emotionally charged for a game in that last Mercyhurst game where she fouled out with her last chance to go against that team that she started her career with. And she's stepping up the ball. She was disappointed with her performance in that game, she said afterwards, and it's showing that she wants to be a difference. And the last 3 possessions for Edinboro, she's gone off. She has 14 points already in this game.
14 of Edinboro's 18 points.
She's outscoring Slippery Rock.
By far.
She has doubled up Slippery Rock just on her own. We're bringing you all the live action on the Edinboro Sports Network thanks to sponsors like John's Wildwood Pizzeria, open daily at 105 Erie Street in Edinboro. For eat-in, delivery, or takeout, John's menu includes pizza, hoagies, wings, salad, and more. Information is at 814-734-7355 or on the web at johnswildwoodpizza.com. Slippery Rock trying to respond now after that timeout. The pass is ahead to Leanne Gibson, and they give it off. Fordham at the top. Fordham driving in, gets around Roston, but she gets the block and out of play. Sierra Roston just skies above, and Fordham has that job of being Lexi Carpenter for this game. Pass in, but taken away by Slippery Rock. It's Sharp in the corner, gives it to Michaela Barnes. They have to get across half court. They do. Barnes at the top, driving in, kick out to Jan, will shoot the deep 3. This one no good. Off the back of the rim. Rebound by the Rock. That was a good shot, and Michelle Jan is one of those who can hit deep 3s as well. Pass down underneath, but the pass too far ahead, and Edinboro takes it away once again. Katie Fisher at the top, looking for someone to pass to, down low to Sharp. Off the glass, no good. Got her own rebound. Second chance, fires it up, and this time she will not be denied. Shania Sharp. Those are your scorers today, Sharp and Fisher.
Those are the only ones that have scored so far?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and Walton. Jonte Walton does have 2.
Edinboro, we talked about them always getting off to the slow start. Not today. 20 points with 1 minute and 14 to go in the first quarter. That's pretty dang good.
It was 22-8 in favor of Slippery Rock in that first matchup. We have 1 minute 12 to go. It's 20-7 Edinboro. Almost a mirror image.
Deja vu.
And Jonte Walton in for Katie Fisher. Fisher was called for the foul. Was trying to take a charge. That one not going to work. Pass in, but knocked out of play by Jonte Walton, Walton trying to cover deep. She tips it away. She has the breakaway, and she is fouled hard. That's a good foul. If I'm Slippery Rock, that's a good foul. Make her earn them at the line. The problem is she is a 78% free throw shooter, Jonte Walton. 1 minute 7 to go in this first quarter. First shot is up and good for Walton. Maggie Moore checks back into the game for your Fighting Scots. 21-7, 1 minute 7. Just 2 touchdowns. That's all you need. Oh, wait, wrong sport.
Oh, Drew.
Second shot is no good, and Slippery Rock gets the rebound underneath. See, the ball didn't like my jokes. Huh. Oh, well. It's Slippery Rock with the ball. Hinderlitter at the top. Pass down, tipped away. Jan got a hand in there, but they say it went off her, so Cassidy Wright will have it.
The Yon sisters have been playing great defense these last couple of games. I mean, especially Lindsay Yon. I haven't seen this team in 2 weeks now because they've been on an away trip, but from what I can remember, the Yon sisters have been doing very well.
And another tip out of play. Edinburgh is doing a great job defensively off the ball. They're being very aggressive, and Slippery Rock kind of just waiting for the ball to get to them, and that's why you're seeing a lot of these steals. Less than a minute to go. It's Sierra Fordham down low, spinning around, shot is up and good, and breaks the scoreless streak finally for Slippery Rock. Mallory Henley.
It's a great move down low, a spin off of an Edinburgh defender to get that easy layup. And 21-9, Drew, are we gonna have pretty much 22-8, maybe 23-9?
23-9. They have the ball, 14 seconds left on the shot clock, about 4 seconds in between game and shot clock. Walton at the top. Walton going to drive in, kick out to Barnes. Barnes has to shoot it up, but a foul called before. Oh, that's a foul that you don't want if you're Slippery Rock. Edinburgh was literally a half of a second away from a shot clock violation.
And Edinburgh does that. It's hard to watch where they just sit on the ball and then they get off, and then you think, is that the best thing they could have done with 30 seconds? And then, I mean, because Michaela Barnes did not even know the shot clock was expiring.
Yeah.
She was trying to work around the opponent. They literally could have just sat there and let Michaela Barnes do whatever they want and let the shot clock run out. So definitely not what you want if you're Slippery Rock.
And Michaela Barnes at the line. She did make her first shot, 22-9. Your score, 6.8 seconds left on the clock. Second shot is up and good for Barnes as well, so 23-9. What we got right here, 6 seconds to go. Pass in. Slippery Rock is Petropola driving through, pass over. Shot is blocked by Allie Thompson. So no buzzer beater at the end of one. The score, 23-9. A mirror image of the start that we had
pretty much
at Morrow Fieldhouse a couple months ago. Well, a month ago. January 21st was their last match. We're going to take a quick 60-second break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is Edinburgh Basketball on the Edinburgh Sports Network.
The Edinburgh Sports Network is your source for live coverage of Fighting Scots athletics. Enjoy all of the action on 88.9 WFSE and EdinburghNow.com, with many home games also featured on ETV. Support for this game broadcast is provided in part by the Edinburgh Hotel Bar, serving a variety of lunch and dinner items every day from their location at 100 Meadville Street in downtown Edinburgh. Information is at 814-734-5103 or online at edinburghhotelbar.com.
So you don't have to miss even a minute. It's the Fighting Scots in action on the Edinburgh Sports Network. On the radio at 88.9 WFSC and online at EdinburghNow.com. Video of many home games is also featured on ETV. This game broadcast is underwritten in part by Quick Fill of Edinburgh, a full and self-service gas station and convenience store offering American-made fuels from United Refining Company in Warren, Pennsylvania, along with snacks, beverages, grocery items, and other general merchandise. Information is at quickfill.com.
Back to the action. Slippery Rock has the ball first. Shot is up, no good, and Sharp gets the rebound. Almost blocked there. Pass to the corner for Walton, going baseline. Easy layup for Jonte Walton. 25-9. Absolute domination by the Fighting Scots here early in this game. We've just started the second quarter, and they look like the team of old. Pass down. Shot is up off the glass. No good. That was the shot you wanted if you're Morgan Henderson underneath. But the ball couldn't be handled by Sharp, and that goes out of play. And I believe it'll stay with Slippery Rock. So Slippery Rock, fortunate there.
Drew, you mentioned this team looking like the Edinburgh team of old. I completely agree. And, I mean, Saturday is senior night, and in the playoffs start, maybe it's just the right time. Maybe Edinburgh can get back into another 16-game winning streak. They probably don't have 16 games left to play, but maybe they can just continue on the success that they had earlier in the season.
Yeah, try to get on a groove. Shot is up for Slippery Rock. No good. Rebound by Roston underneath. Pass ahead to Walton. Pass to Fisher. Fisher has a three if she wants it. She decides against. Pass down to Ralston. Working down low. Off the glass and good for Sierra Ralston. Underneath, 27-9.
I like it.
Oh, it's been a while since we've seen an Edinboro team do this.
I know.
Kick out. Shot up for three for Slippery Rock. It's too far, and Katie Fisher underneath to get the rebound. Shot missed by Mallory Henley, the junior from Norada Heights, PA. And on the other side, Edinboro gets fouled. So you look down for just a split second and you miss things. That foul will be on Sierra Fordham. That's her first, team's first. So Jonte Walton will be at the line. She'll have two shots. First one is good for Walton. Second one coming up. And you talk about Edinboro shooting and the shooting woes that they've had. They're shooting 50% right now. Hey, I'll take that any day.
Yeah, I would definitely take that. 50% is pretty dang good. But
second shot, no good. Maybe not from the foul line, though. I'll take 100% from the foul line. As Walton goes 50% from the foul line.
Edinboro
misses her second.
Overall, 7 for 9 from the strike.
Pass over and an offensive foul on Brooke Hinderlitter. Look, this team for Slippery Rock is a completely different team without their star Lexi Carpenter. That's averaging 19.1 points per game that you have to find somewhere else. 96 assists that on the year that you have to find somewhere else. 34 steals on the year you have to find elsewhere. It's a different team without their star player. Jan kicks it out to Vaughn, over to Ralston. Jump shot underneath, no good. Rebound by Slippery Rock and a foul on Sharp.
And I will say this about Slippery Rock. Edinboro is looking very good out there. It looks like their shot is coming back. We have to remember that the Slippery Rock team is a 9-17 on a 7-game losing streak. Their last win came up against Edinboro, so just a little bit of caution in there. Are without their star player.
Almost lost the ball there at the top. Slippery Rock gets it back. It's CeCe Dixon over at the far side. Pass to Cassidy right at the top. 15 on the shot clock. Pass back over, looking down low. Michelle Yon in there to steal the ball away.
It's the Yawns. The Yawns are insane on defense.
I like to call them like ball hawks. They want the ball wherever they are.
I'm trying to think of something having to do with their name, Yawn, but it might be too unique.
Sierra Ralston underneath, just powerhousing her way down low. 30-9 your score. Edinboro leading. Cassidy Wright on the far side swings it over. Shot up for a deep two, no good. Jan saves it. Ball loose. And CeCe Dixon ends up with it. To Cassidy Wright will shoot another three. This one off the front. Dixon got the rebound, but Ayana Vaughn in there to force the jump ball. It goes back to Edinboro. Good defensive play on her.
Yeah, really good defensive play. I mean, Slippery Rock with a few chances there. A couple of offensive rebounds, but still Edinboro fighting for the ball. And was that Walton that completely kind of just...
Well, Ayana Vaughn got in there and forced that one out.
Excuse me, where she just kind of pushed her way in and grabbed that ball and was able to use upper body strength to get the jump ball called.
Jan replaces Jan, so Lindsay Jan now in the game.
I like them playing Lindsay Jan more.
Ayana Vaughn shot up for three. It's good. And Ayana Vaughn, who on the season, she really hasn't been able to get in until late in the game. She's playing here in this first half and has played quite the bit.
Edinboro.
And has a huge three there and a timeout for Bobby McGraw.
Edinboro, shooting 50% from the three-point line, 4 for 8, and 52.4% from the field goal range. So, I mean, Edinboro is playing absolutely amazing right now. We can say as much as we want, well, we should beat a team like Slippery Rock, but here's the thing. This Edinboro team is taking contested shots. It doesn't matter if it's a plank of wood in your face. It's still hard to make them, and Edinboro is making everything they shoot right now.
You know what? This team, they're angry. They're angry about this losing streak. They know that this is the area that they're going to host that first playoff game on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
They're angry. I think they have clinched a home playoff game for Monday. It's just after that we don't know if they're going to be third or fourth place in the conference.
I think they're going to be fourth. Because, they lost to
Mercyhurst has Cal today. They play Cal today, so if that's another loss in the conference. Yeah, they split the series.
They split the series. I thought Mercyhurst took both of them.
So, it's just some stuff to watch out for. You're listening to live coverage of Fighting Scots action on the Edinboro Sports Network, sponsored in part by Bonnell's Auto Group, featuring collision services in Erie and Fairview, auto glass replacement and repair in Fairview, auto sales in Erie and Fairview, and full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service is on the web at bonnellsauto.com. Gabe, boy, it's hard to catch our breath for this game.
No, that's how all the women's games go. I think they're the most entertaining thing.
Pass down low, swatted away by a bunch of Fighting Scots, and another jump ball. It stays with Slippery Rock, and Ayana Vaughn in there once again. It was Vaughn and Ralston for the Fighting Scots. Slippery Rock's ball underneath their own basket. Toss down low to Petropola, working down low. Shot is up, this one's short, and Allie Thompson gets the rebound.
Great defense from Edinboro. It's something that we haven't seen in these last 6 games.
Although they had great defense in last game. They only allowed 56 points. They just didn't get the offense going there.
That's true. I was not there for that game, though, so I'll use
the last time you saw, yeah.
The last time I've seen this Edinboro team play, they let everyone and anyone down low and getting easy layups.
Allie Thompson layup a little too hard off the glass, no good. Rebound by the Rock underneath. It's Sierra Fordman now with it at the top, with Jackson covering. Pass to Petropola, back to Fordham, down low to C.C. Dixon. Dixon turn around, swatted away, and grabbed right out of the air by Sierra Ralston to Jackson. Kicks it out to Thompson, over to Lindsey Yon. Yon gives it off to Jackson. Skip pass over to Vaughn for 3. This one is off the mark, no good. C.C. Dixon gets the rebound. Trying to go quickly now. Pass out ahead. Fordman shot is up off the side of the backboard.
That was a bad shot.
Lindsey Yon gets it 2-on-1. Sidestep shot is up, no good. Was expecting contact. It stays with Edinboro. Jackson missed that shot.
That was a good Euro step. She put way too much on it. She was expecting somebody else to be there and block her shot, but it was a good Euro step to get wide open for that layup. Just couldn't finish it.
Fisher, Walton, and Maggie Moore come back into the game. Fisher, pass over to Moore. Working down low, kicks out to Allie Thompson. Jump shot is no good. Eventually falls out. Rebound underneath by Petropola. Trying to work on Lindsey Yon. Pass over, shot up for Henderson. An open shot, no good. That's one you got to have if you're Slippery Rock, especially when you're in this big of a hole.
And they have not even scored in the second quarter. A big goose egg.
Pass over to Lindsey Yon, driving through. The ball kind of stolen from her. Morgan Henderson has it in the corner. They get it out. And Slippery Rock trying to slow things down. Edinboro's trying to pump up the pace, and Slippery Rock's trying to counter, but they're not doing a great job of holding that pace. To Henley. Pass over to Henderson. Shot deep 2, no good, short. Off the front of, the side of the rim. To Walton. Walton back to Fisher for 3 is up, and Katie Fisher is good. 36-9.
Katie Fisher can't miss. She has missed tonight. She's 5 for 7, missed 2 threes, but she's still 4 for 6 from the three-point line, and she's made the last 4.
I was going to say, I think she's made her last 4.
Yeah, she's made her last 4. Missed the first 2, so, that's called warming up. It's understandable. It's warming up.
Slippery Rock has not scored since halfway through the first quarter.
I don't know if it's that bad, because they scored that 9th point.
That was halfway through the third quarter.
I think it was 2 minutes.
They break that right now, though, as they get the free throw, as Sierra Fordham was fouled. Allie Thompson heads to the bench, and Shania Sharp back into the game. Fordham's second shot coming up. That one's good as well. 36-11. So Slippery Rock has finally broken double digits.
Yay.
Here, less than 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. It was a long drought for them.
Yeah, it was a very long drought. They almost went the whole entire quarter without scoring.
To Michelle Yan, who came back in. Shot is up and good. Deep two for Michelle Yan.
Very deep two. I thought that was a three.
That was right on the line. May have had 1 foot on the line when she shot that one up. Hinderlitter with the ball. Working that right side, covered by Walton. Walton's probably the best on-ball defender that Edinboro has. She's done a great job there. Forces the shot up, it misses, and Edinboro has possession once again.
I would agree. I also say Barnes.
And why not let Jonte Walton just finish off the play? For three, Jonte Walton, 41-11. It's a 30-point game here with 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Will they crack 100? That is the real question. They haven't yet this season, and they've never even been on a team, faced a team that scored 100. So they have 41 right now in the second quarter, and they are playing lights out.
Petropola has the ball stolen. It's Shania Sharp trying to turn on the Jets. Shot is up and good, and she'll head to the line.
Oh, Drew. Anybody that's listening right now is saying Drew is screaming, and he is excited.
I'm excited, guys.
43-11. Edinboro is tearing up. I will admit, on Monday, yesterday, when you're calling the playoff game Monday, if they're here, I was like, well, let's hope they get to Wednesday, because I was like, I'll also call Wednesday. Let's hope they can get past the first round because of how they've been playing lately. If they come out like this, I'm not going to say there's not a team that they can't beat in the PSAC. I don't think there's a team that they can't beat in the nation. I'm going to say it like that.
If they can get a start like that, or like this, absolutely.
You look at Cal, who they faced earlier, not Cal, yeah, it was Cal, who were number 2 in the country. They beat them 71-54. They faced them later, lost by, I think, 2 points. They can compete with anybody in the country when they play like they absolutely can.
Hinderlitter on the right side, trying to pass it down, but the pass too far into the hands of Ralston. Ahead out to Fisher. Fisher driving in, jump shot inside is good, and Katie Fisher 5 for 5 on her last 5 shots.
That was absolutely dirty, and she kind of...
And another mistake for Slippery Rock.
She kind of juked out the defender. I have no idea what to say.
The inbound pass goes out of play. It's just so much happening at once.
There really, really is, and I think the refs need a timeout also because they're going to call media timeout.
Coach McGraw called the timeout.
Oh, okay.
We're going to stay here. This game broadcast on the Edinboro Sports Network is brought to you by the Edinboro Hotel Bar, serving a variety of lunch and dinner items every day from their location at 100 Meadville Street in downtown Edinboro. Information is at 814-734-5103 or online at edinborohotelbar.com. Look, now that we've had a moment here to catch our breath, 53% shooting from the field, 54% from beyond the arc, 70% from the line. Edinboro shooting lights out. We said that they lived and died by the three early on in the year. They're getting back to that mentality here, and they're shooting very well.
That's what I said they needed to do. On the morning after last week, I said I was tired of the horrible layup and trying to draw contact. You're a shooting team. Shoot like you mean it. Thank you, Coach Schwenk. You must have been listening.
I did give you credit because they did that against Mercyhurst, and I did give you credit for that, and Gannon as well. Pass down underneath, shot up for Sharp. That's no good. Sierra Rawson in there trying to fight for the ball, got it out.
I'm surprised we didn't get a jump ball, but, that last sequence there where they're just trying to pass it down low and getting a shot up with a dwindling shot clock is what we saw a lot during this losing spell. And so Edinboro's not playing like that at all tonight except for the last possession.
Shot is up, no good for C.C. Dixon. Walton gets it, pass ahead to Fisher, 2-on-1. Down low, great pass to Sierra Rawson.
I'm not going to say good pass. I'm going to say good fake out. She pulled up like she was going to take that three, causing the one defender to pull up on her, just being a good, unselfish teammate and giving to Rawson for the easy two.
This team said at the beginning of the year they were too unselfish.
They really were.
Underneath, swatted away against Sierra Rawson and a jump ball. Or maybe that's a foul called.
I remember at the beginning of the year, this team was annoying to watch because of how much they passed. It would be wide open shots. Oh, I'm gonna pass again. Maybe I'll let somebody else shoot it. It was like everyone on this team can shoot the ball. If you're open, take the shot. Don't look for a sixth pass.
Walton, second foul. She takes off. Sharp got a hand on that pass. Knocked it back behind half court to CeCe Dixon. Ayana Vaughn just came in for Jonte Walton. Pass over, and Katie Fisher read it. Edinburgh's doing a good job of biting on the passes, too. I mean, Slippery Rock, you just need a couple ball fakes, and you can get someone open.
They reset the shot clock on that inbound pass, though, for some reason. I guess they thought it was a change of possession, but it was really just a tipped pass for Edinburgh, so that's unfortunate.
Pass underneath Morgan Henderson, and Ralston got a piece of it. And I don't know if you could hear the crowd, but the crowd didn't like it because I think she got all ball.
I didn't like it either, and I mean, Slippery Rock has scored 2 points in this second quarter, and will they get their only other points from the free throw line also? No, they will not, because the ball don't lie.
Sierra Ralston already had 4 blocks. They didn't want her to get a 5th yet.
Oh, I understand then. Missed the first, and she drills the second.
Second one good. That's 3 points now scored in the quarter.
All 3 coming off free throws. Wow, could you imagine if they didn't score a point in the second?
Their last made actual shot, not free throw, made shot in play was in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Wow.
47-12 with 43.4 seconds to go. Edinburgh leads.
Sierra Ralston gets called for an offensive foul, and Maggie Moore will come in and replace her. Pass in, tipped away, out of play. And again, Edinburgh is biting on that ball very hard. Slippery Rock, you need a pass fake. Pass in to Hinderlitter. Jan got a hand on that one.
Slippery Rock needs a shot, too. They need a couple points up on the board.
There's a lot that needs to happen for Slippery Rock if they want to come back. They want to dream about coming back in this game. Pass over to Hinderlitter, and this time Michelle Jan will get called for being a little too aggressive. And it's a free throw area now. Brooke Hinderlitter at the line.
Hinderlitter.
First shot is good.
4th point of the quarter, 4th free throw. That's funny.
Funny?
It is funny. It's funny to be an Edinburgh fan right now.
It's fun to be in. I don't know if I'd say funny. I'd say fun.
It definitely is fun. Great defense, great offense all around. I want them to get a 3 here to make it on pace for the 100-point game.
Dead shot clock, 25 seconds. They're going to hold the ball, and I'm going to guess, I mean, you got Jan, Vaughn, and Fisher out there who all can shoot. Vaughn or Fisher probably to shoot it here, as Michelle Jan has not made a 3 yet. Oh, but maybe that's why you go to her.
Katie Fisher 5 for 5 on her last 5 shots, so it looks like they're trying to set her up.
Pass in, swatted down, and they pass it ahead to Hinderlitter. Shot is up and no good. But Edinburgh, a monster lead at the half. Your score 47-14. We're going to take a 2-minute break. On the other side, we'll talk about that first half because we need a moment to catch our breath as well. Don't go anywhere. Back in 2 minutes, this is Edinburgh Basketball on the Edinburgh Sports Network.
Uncle Dan?
Mom? Dad?
If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them.
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside. Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
It's not just a phase, Mom. It's Throwing Back Thursday, waxing emo nostalgia with alternative and pop punk hits we all know. Some grown-up stuff, too. So dig out your skinny jeans, log on to MySpace, and tune in with me, Kim, on 88.9 WFSE, Thursday nights from 9 to 11, so you can have an excuse to sleep through your Friday classes. Live stream it on EdinburghNow.com or through the TuneIn app or Nobex app.
The Edinboro Sports Network is your source for live coverage of Fighting Scots athletics. Enjoy all of the action on 88.9 WFSE and EdinburghNow.com, with many home games also featured on ETV. Support for this game broadcast is provided in part by John's Wildwood Pizzeria, open daily at 105 Erie Street in Edinboro for eat-in, delivery, or take-out. John's menu includes pizza, hoagies, wings, salads, and more. Information is at 814-734-7355 or on the web at johnswildwoodpizza.com.
Welcome back. We are at the half of Edinboro women's basketball. The halftime score, 47-14 in favor of your Edinboro Fighting Scots. Just a dominant first half, as dominant can be. I'm Drew Patrick. Joined with me is Mr. Gabe Hypes. Gabe, I mean, what words do we have for that first half?
No words. I mean, it's easily the best game that Edinboro has played so far this season. I will say, 47 points. I mean, almost on pace for 100. I mean, the only time where they've even come close to 100 is when they scored 90, and that was the start of their 16-game winning streak against Damon College. We were here for that one. So, I mean, maybe this is telling. Maybe this is the start of another streak. I mean, it sure can be. They went off that game, and they're going off tonight. Anything could happen. This team might be picking up at the exactly right time.
Yeah, you know, that Damon contest, the first win on the year, too. So sometimes you just need to give that ball a push and get it rolling, and you can get your team in the right area. Edinboro in that first half was led by Katie Fisher with 19 points, has outscored Slippery Rock. The entire team of Slippery Rock in that first half. She had 19. Slippery Rock had 14 altogether. Jonte Walton has 9, and Shania Sharp and Sierra Roston have 6 each. Edinboro shot incredible in the game, 51.5% in that first half, and Slippery Rock shot an abysmal 13% in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, 0 for 15 in the second quarter. Their only points going off free throws. They did not look good. I mean, it is a bad performance for Slippery Rock right now. At this point, you're hoping to just come out and look respectable. I would say that's your biggest goal, because, I mean, it would take a lot for Edinboro to lose this game. A lot.
Yeah. I mean, Coach Bobby McGraw for Slippery Rock, he's got a lot of magic to do if Slippery Rock's going to get back in this game. Also, Edinboro doing a decent job on the boards, but that's something that they really haven't been as dominant in this performance as they would have liked. They're only leading 22-21 on the boards. Slippery Rock has gotten 8 offensive rebounds. They haven't been able to convert those offensive rebounds, but still, you're giving up those kind of possessions, and against teams that can make shots, unlike Slippery Rock today, that's going to be a really dangerous thing.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up the rebounds. This is the first time in a while that I feel like Edinboro has been leading in the rebound column, but Slippery Rock is directly right behind them with 21 compared to Edinboro's 22. I mean, if you're Edinboro, that's all you have to have. That's all you have to hope for. You got to hope to keep it close for rebounds. When more often than not, you're out rebounded by 10 to 15 a game. So that's a plus for both teams.
And it's interesting too, because they have those players who can be a physical presence down low, with Sierra Roston, who can be very physical down low underneath, but she's been more of a finesse big forward. You have Maggie Moore, who can be a force down low, Shania Sharp, who can be a force down low, and that's really where you use Nicole Johnson, as she was the one who would like to get physical underneath. Whitney Allen was another one of those players who liked to get physical underneath, and both of those players are hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So for Edinboro, you got to find that person who can be dominant. That's the only really thing that I can nitpick from Edinboro in that first half, truly.
Everything worked out to a T for Edinboro. The only thing you could say is, well, you're shooting 52%, you should be shooting 100%, but, I mean, that's pretty much impossible. This team is playing very, very well. I mean, they're shooting, in the second they shot 75% from the three-pointer line, and in the first they shot 43%. We talk about what does the team need to do to win, what does the team need to do differently. Edinboro, it's keeping everything the same because they're not doing anything bad at the current moment. Every player is playing well.
The other thing is don't get complacent either. I mean, yeah, this is a huge lead, and realistically, you're probably going to get this win, but don't think like that. Don't have that mentality.
And you're right. Don't have that mentality that the game's already over, but also have the mentality that you've been playing horribly and use this game as kind of a momentum swing. You kill a team by 50 points, you're going to want to come out this next game and do it again. So, and take what you have in this game right now into Saturday when you face Clarion, because guess what? You're going to be facing Clarion. You might be facing them back to back.
Yeah. Another thing, and again, I'm just going to keep kind of gushing for Edinboro because that was a really, really good first half, but check this statistic out. Edinboro's average scoring length, 11 seconds. Slippery Rock's average possession scoring length, 25 seconds. They're using all of the shot clock to find a shot that they have to put up. Edinboro is just having their way. They're pushing the pace. Slippery Rock is trying to slow things down, but the Edinboro defense is just dominant today.
I will say that, that it's the stat comes from possessions when points are actually scored. It's kind of skewed right now because Slippery Rock only has, I believe, 14 points, but only 4 of those. Only 4 out of 29 field goal attempts have been made. So there's 4 times that we're able to get the.
But
it's
even
very
in
low,
possessions,
you know what I mean?
though, that they haven't scored, it's still been long possessions, or they're trying to get long possessions. And you get Edinboro, who has 8 steals, 6 blocks on the day, and on the other side, that's 14 turnovers for Slippery Rock. And a lot of them, like, careless ball-handling type turnovers. That you're a Division II athlete, those kind of turnovers, especially this late on the year, shouldn't happen.
Yeah, and they're sitting right now at 14 turnovers. Turnovers in the game so far compared to just 6 for Edinboro. I mean, is that more of a plus for Edinboro or a minus for Slippery Rock?
I think out of both, because you look at 8 of those turnovers are steals for Edinboro. The other 6 were stupid mistakes. There was a double dribble, a walk, just a pass that went directly out of play a couple of times. And so it's been that kind of a game.
It really has been that kind of a game. It's been a weird game. I mean, Edinboro, they're shooting over 50%. They honestly cannot miss. I missed watching this team play like this, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
This Fighting Scots live broadcast is supported in part by Quick-Fill, a chain of 300 convenience stores and gas stations in the tri-state area, offering American-made fuels from Parent United Refining Company in Warren, Pennsylvania. Information is at quickfill.com. Quick-Fill, driving America.
Okay.
Let's take a look around the PSAC, as this is not the only game being played today. Westchester and Millersville, 2 teams fighting for playoff spots despite losing records on the East. Westchester has the lead at the half by 2 points, 28-26. In that one, a low-scoring game there. Also at the half, IUP and Clarion IUP is leading 35-24 in that one. Also in the East, Kutztown is leading Bloomsburg. Both teams still in the playoff hunt. Bloomsburg has the lead at the half, 35-26. In the West, Seton Hill had a big half, are up 40-28 over Pitt Johnstown. Seton Hill, that's a team that has gotten hot at the right moment. They've been on a roll, including beating us here in this stadium here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Lock Haven and Mansfield, they have started the second half. Lock Haven on a 5-1 run in the third. They are tied at 31. And the big one, Mercyhurst is leading Cal 36-24 at the half. Wow. Cal has one loss on the year, and right now they're losing to Mercyhurst by quite the margin there.
Cal's one loss was to Edinboro.
Right in this building. So, I mean, Gabe, we ask this every game. And you kind of touched on it, and it's I mean, just out of formality at this point, what does Edinboro need to do to get the win in this game?
The same thing. Actually, I'm not going to say the same thing. Playing half as well as you did in the first half. If you play half as well, you're going to walk out of here with a win. I'm not saying that I want them to play half as well. I want them to play even better than they did in the first. But I will say, if they just come out here and just, I mean, in all honesty, score a handful of points, they're going to get out of here with a W.
I mean, that's really it. It's continue to do what you do. I mean, they love the third quarter, and we're about to enter the third quarter, and we've had the performance we've had today from Edinboro. The one thing that they need to improve on is, of course, on the boards. Limit the offensive rebounds that Slippery Rock is getting, and you should be perfectly fine in this game. For Slippery Rock, what is just one thing that they really need to improve on?
Make field goals. I mean, they had 0 in the second quarter. 0 field goals made at all. All their points, which was, I think, 4 or 5 maybe, came off of free throws. And so really just making a shot. I mean, once you get one, the rest should open up. And they scored 9 in the first quarter and 5 in the second quarter. Just make your shots. That's all you can really hope for.
Yeah, I mean, for Slippery Rock, it's been a game, a first half you'd like to forget. So do exactly that.
Yeah.
Forget about the first half. Pretend it's a new game. You probably won't get a win in this one, being down by 30 plus at the half. But you know what? Keep fighting. Keep playing. Yes, your star player is not in there because of injury, but that doesn't mean you give up on the game. That doesn't mean you give up on the year. You got to come in here and you got to play. We're just about ready to start the second half of play. This Fighting Scots live broadcast is supported in part by John's Wildwood Pizzeria, open daily at 105 Erie Street in Edinboro. For eat-in, delivery, or takeout, John's menu includes pizza, hoagies, wings, salad, and more. Information is at 814-734-7355 or on the web at johnswildwoodpizza.com. So the starters going to be back in the game for Slippery Rock. But I don't think so for Edinboro.
We'll see, though.
I mean, they could be. We're waiting for them to break the huddle. As that was the bell, it's Roston, Sharp, Javanna Jackson, Katie Fisher, and Michelle Yon. So Jackson the only difference in the starting lineup.
So pretty much the same.
So almost the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. So it's just Jackson for Barnes. And Barnes has her warm-ups on over on the side, so I don't know if she'll return to this game. Pass over to Katie Fisher. Pass down low to Roston. Jump shot is off. No good. CeCe Dixon gets the rebound. And across half court. Pass over to the corner. Underneath for Dixon. Good cut and good layup. That's what you need if you're Slippery Rock. I mean, you need a lot more of that.
But you need a lot more, but I mean, that's their first field goal made since the first quarter. You got to be happy with that. I mean, play call. I mean, perfect play call to start the second half.
Jan pops it up and good. Michelle Jan answers right back. And this one's tipped out of play by Shania Sharp, who has busy hands in this game. She's done great off the ball.
Very busy hands. I mean, she's knocked the ball out how many times now?
And Edinburgh going to get a little too aggressive here. Katie Fisher gets called. That's her second, team's first. And the toss is in. And it's Fordham at the top. Fordham pass over to Hinderlitter and a foul called on Jan. And Edinburgh, now you got to see, this is twice now that kind of play is going to get called. So keep being aggressive, but you got to watch it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, 2 fouls already, not even a minute into the third quarter. I mean, foul trouble could happen, and Slippery Rock has been hitting pretty much all of their free throws. It could be dangerous.
Hinderlitter driving in, blocked by Ralston. Second chance also blocked, but got a bit of the hand there. That foul will be on Shania Sharp. That's 3 now. Just under a minute, or just over a minute into the third quarter. First shot for Henderson is no good. Allie Thompson retrieves Shania Sharp. (49-16) your score. Henderson's second shot is up, and this one no good as well, but an offensive rebound by CeCe Dixon. Shot is up, no good. Ralston may have gotten a hand on it. Maybe the story should be, don't shoot with her in front of you. Because she's gotten her hands up and gotten a piece of a couple. Pass underneath to Henderson. Shot is up, this one no good, but another offensive rebound for CeCe Dixon. And she converts that one to points. You got to watch. They're sweeping in there to try and get that rebound, and it's working for Slippery Rock. Pass over to Jackson, to Fisher. Fisher sidesteps down low to Ralston. Turn around, drives underneath the basket, out to Thompson, off the glass, no good. Rebound, and Edinburgh maybe a little cold.
Remember how cocky I was at halftime? It's coming back.
Slowly flushing away. Hinderlitter, pass down to Fordham, looking down low, went off the hands of Allie Thompson, they'll say. Who got in there? Slippery Rock has the ball underneath the basket. CeCe Dixon trying to drive around, kick out to Henderson. Henderson spins it around to Fordham, baseline. Kick out to the top for Dixon at the foul line. Shot is up and no good. Katie Fisher gets the rebound. She's across half court, and she'll drop it back to Jan. Up for 3. Michelle Jan is good for a 3. It's 52-18 for the Fighting Scots. Sierra Fordham looking for any answer for Slippery Rock, and a foul called there. And Javanna Jackson didn't even see it and kind of walked right into Dixon. That's an easy foul.
Was an easy foul.
Javanna Jackson will step out, and Jonte Walton comes back in for her. Pass into Hinderlitter with Jan covering. Hands it off to Fordham, almost lost it. They get around. Pass to Henderson, but she wasn't ready. Pass ahead to Jan. Layup is good for Michelle Jan. Good pass. Perfectly placed for Katie Fisher to just swing that one ahead.
Drew, I have to tell you, I'm excited. I mean, I've been so down, I talk about this team. I'm so obsessed with this. I love the women's basketball side. I'd rather call them 100 times, but I've been down low on them. I've been feeling down low, and I think it's been obvious. I've been like, I don't even want to watch these guys because they've been playing so badly. I think they peaked. I'm wrong. I mean, I'm excited for what this team can do because it's not the PSAC tournament I care about. It's
the Nationals.
It's the Nationals, and I really think this team could do well because they're showing like they can actually play.
Free throw is good underneath after the foul there on Sierra Ralston. That's her third.
And while we have a moment, we just want to say to Janet Dean, we miss you being here. If you're listening or watching, we're giving you a quick shout out.
We miss you here at Macomb. Shot is up, and second one good as well for Leanne Gibson, so perfect from the line. It's 54-20 in favor of Edinboro. Pass over to Michelle Yan. On the left side, skips it over to the right side for Fisher. Back across. Shot up for three is short off the front of the rim for Walton. And Slippery Rock to respond, driving through. Henley pops it, and it's good. And Slippery Rock right now has the lead in scoring in this third quarter.
They're definitely playing a lot better than they were in the first half.
Fisher steps back, and she'll pass it over to Walton. Baseline, falling down, but somehow got the rebound back to Jan. Sidestep, shot is up for three. Someone may have gotten a hand on that one. Got her own rebound, though, to Fisher, who will shoot the three, and Katie Fisher. Lights out, ladies and gentlemen.
They need to just heat check her. I mean, she cannot miss right now. Let her take it down the floor and take whatever shot she wants. We'll see if she can miss tonight.
Spins around, shot is up, swatted away, Maggie Moore.
That was a hard foul in Edinboro. That could have been their sixth.
I don't know if they called that a foul.
They didn't. That was definitely a foul.
Maggie Moore might have gotten away with one there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, she'll get credit for the block, though. Pass in. And a kick. There's that one off Allie Thompson's foot. Skip pass over, and exactly what has happened in that first half, creeping back to attack Slippery Rock, and it's those simple mistakes of miscommunication. And Cece Dixon will come back in for her. Fisher with the ball. Is this where you heat check? Oh, no, she'll pass it.
Don't pass it. Just take whatever shot you want.
Over to Katie Fisher. She steps around, almost lost her balance. Back to the top for Walton. Walton kick out to Jan. Jan for three. It's good. Michelle Jan. 60-22. 5 minutes remain in the third quarter.
That was a pretty shot. It didn't even, I don't even think it touched the net. That was a pretty shot.
It just went plop. Cece Dixon shot is up, no good. Fighting for her own rebound. There is a foul on the floor, and I believe this will be on Maggie Moore. On the floor, foul for Maggie Moore. I'm a poet and didn't even know it.
It wasn't that great. It was okay.
And we have hit a media timeout, so we're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be right back. The score 60-22. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in 60 seconds. This is Edinboro Basketball on the Edinboro Sports Network.
The Edinboro Sports Network is your source for live coverage of Fighting Scots athletics. Enjoy all of the action on 88.9 WFSE and EdinboroNow.com, with many home games also featured on ETV. Support for this game broadcast is provided in part by Quick Fill, a chain of 300 convenience stores and gas stations in the tri-state area, offering American-made fuels from Parent United Refining Company in Warren, Pennsylvania. Information is at quickfill.com. Quick Fill, driving America.
Interact on a galactic level on Wednesday nights from 9 to midnight, listening to Alien Nation Undercover Radio, a mix of songs and bands reimagined as you have never heard before, crossing the boundary of space, time, style, genre, and locale. A special treat for all the freaks and geeks with the Crazy Cat host. Alien Nation Undercover Radio is a listening experience that is out of this world. Wednesday night, 9 to midnight on 88.9 FM, live stream on EdinboroNow.com. Fighting Scots of Edinboro, I know you're out there.
Welcome back here. We are in the third quarter. Edinboro has a dominant lead, 60-22. But Slippery Rock has the ball underneath their own basket. And we have some discussion going on. It will be them at the line instead. Forgot how many fouls there were.
There's a lot of them.
That's 6 for Edinboro in this third quarter. Dixon at the line, shooting. First one is good, 60-23. And Lindsay Yon has checked in, so both Yon sisters in for the Fighting Scots. Second shot good as well for Dixon. Pass into Fisher. Fisher coming across half court. Over to Walton. Walton open in the corner, shot up for three. This one no good, but she was wide open. I get why you take that shot. Down to Walton again underneath, but they're going to call Walton for steps.
Them walkers they called her for.
Almost indecision there led to that walk, as she was trying to go for the head fake, but kind of shuffled forward when she did it. Pass into to Hinderlitter. Leaves it for Dixon. To the top, pass over. Down low. Spinning around, shot is good, and the foul. And Maggie Moore is going to get called this time. So this is officially the most successful quarter for Slippery Rock.
Officially.
It's 12 points now in the third. Shot is up and good for Leanne Gibson, who's a perfect 3 for 3 from the line now. 60-27, the score. Pass over to Lindsay Yon, to Katie Fisher at the top. Pass over to Walton. Walton on the left side. Will swing it to the top for Michelle Yon. Step back three is good for Michelle Yon.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I think they should just get off the court. I mean, the whole entire team. I mean,
it's burning in here.
It really is. It's becoming a danger. It's becoming a fire hazard because nobody can miss on the floor right now.
And this is the Michelle Yon that we remember from last year. She was a three-point specialist, would just go down and fire it up. Hinderlitter driving in 6 on the shot clock, trying to get this one up. Underneath, Maggie Moore got a hand on it and flies that one out to Katie Fisher. Fisher to Walton. Walton will shoot the three. And we gonna go all the way around the world.
I quit. There's nothing more to say. There's really, really not. I'm about to walk out of this building.
John Tay Walton also going to join the 3 club.
Wow. I mean, and it's not like it's like rolling in like a lucky like 3-pointer or banking it in. These are nothing but net shots. I mean, this team is playing absolutely insane right now.
Look, I've seen Maggie Moore hit a 3 against Gannon last week. I mean, it was out of desperation, but she can do it too. So let's see if we can continue. Hinderlitter works her way to score underneath.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because Lexi Carpenter is not playing today, and so the energy of Lexi Carpenter for Slippery Rock is in every Edinboro player. And again,
Jonte Walton just got it and was like, yeah, this seems good. And fired it up for 3. 69-29.
And I think Edinboro might need to start maybe stepping back from that 3. They're making them. This game's getting way, way out of hand.
Pass ahead to Lindsay Yon. Lindsay Yon, great play to save it. And had it stripped out and knocked out a play. Maybe just threw it off a Slippery Rock defender.
This game is,
And Michelle Yon and Jonte Walton going to head to the bench. Get some time to cool off. Overheating there on the court. Katie Fisher still in the game, though. And you got Ayanna Vaughn, who has hit 3s already in this game. Fisher kicks out to Jackson, to Ayanna Vaughn. Wanted to shoot. Decides against it. Back to the top. Shot is up and good for Javanna Jackson to step inside the line. It's good. 71-29. A minute and 42 seconds to go in this third quarter. Cece Dixon driving around, pass over. Gibson working down low, shot is up off the glass and good. And Edinboro just trying not to foul, it seems like, at the moment. 71-31, a 40-point lead for Edinboro.
On pace for this 100-point match, but I mean, throwing the ball out of bounds there.
So back to Slippery Rock after the turnover. Pass into Petropola to Fordham across half court. Trying to take it herself. Jackson stops her in her tracks, and she backs up. Jackson down low, working up off the glass, and good there for Leanne Gibson, who's been a spark here in this third quarter for Slippery Rock. 71-33, 53 seconds to go, under a minute. To Vaughn. Holds the ball over to Fisher. Fisher to Maggie Moore, pops the shot, and it's good for Maggie Moore.
Drew, it's hard to see it from up here a little bit. I thought that was a three. It was deep, but it wasn't three-range territory. I was about to say, if Maggie Moore drilled that three.
Driving through, Maggie Moore slamming it down, and the shot hit a Maggie Moore hand and went right back down to the ground.
Let's see if they can get their 75th point in the third quarter right here. I mean,
the Edinboro forwards have been just forces down low.
It's been an all-around perfect game for Edinboro. Perfect. I'm using that word.
Shooting 55%.
I thought it couldn't get better from the first.
And 60% from beyond the arc.
This is the team that we know they could be.
Out to Lindsey Yon, to Vaughn, to Fisher. Driving through, Katie Fisher pops it up and no good. Was that a miss by Katie Fisher?
Wow.
That seems like a shock to me. Shock to the system. Now get this. Edinboro, in their three quarters, here's what their scoring was. 23, 24, 26. Are we going for more in the fourth quarter?
I sure hope so. That would put them at 100.
73-33 at the end of three. We're going to take a 30-second break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is Edinboro Basketball on the Edinboro Sports Network.
90s Jams, keeping summer fun in season. With your DJ, Damn Jules. Thursday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. Take the Poolside playlist anywhere with live stream on EdinboroNow.com or on your phone with the TuneIn and Nobex apps. Jams with Damn Jules. Thursday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. on 88.9 Fighting Scots Radio.
Welcome back here to Macomb Fieldhouse. Almost a perfect game. Gabe Hype says it is a perfect game, but almost a perfect game for Edinboro as they lead 73-33 here starting the final quarter. And it's Slippery Rock with the ball, driving down baseline, tipped out by Roston, who came back in. Your Fighting Scots are Sierra Roston, Shania Sharp, Katie Fisher, Ayana Vaughn, and Michelle Yon to start the final quarter. Hinderlitter tosses that one out, but I'm switching up names. Michelle Yon got a hand on it. Pass down low to Roston underneath, and a foul called. Almost a delayed foul, but she got pushed in the back. Sierra Roston will be at the line. Foul is on Mallory Heinley. That's her second, team's first. That's the first of the second half. Slippery Rock with a very disciplined third quarter, no fouls. Roston's first shot good. Roston has 7 points. Second shot coming up. And that one is good as well. 75-33. Slippery Rock's ball. Toss into Dixon. Gets around Sharp. Trying to turn on the Jets and cross court. Pass down. Shot is up for Gibson. No good off the front of the rim. Fighting for the rebound. And Sharp was falling down and was looking to grab onto something as she was falling down. And that just happened to be a Slippery Rock player. That's her fourth foul. So she will probably head to the bench, and Allie Thompson will come in and replace her.
I mean, Drew, I will say this. With with the huge lead, do you sit starters?
I think at some point you do.
I'm going to say no. I mean,
you keep playing?
I think you keep playing because carry this momentum into Clarion. I mean, let your starters score insane numbers. I mean, let it happen.
Pass down underneath, and a foul is going to be on Ralston. She doesn't like the call, but reaching in there. That's her 4th foul as well, team 2nd. Slippery Rock quick pass in. Shot is up and no good. Michelle Yan skies up and gets the rebound to Fisher. Driving through. Shot is up, no good, fouled. And Katie Fisher will head to the line.
Edinburgh right now shooting 9 for 12 from the free throw line. 75% to be
It's been a great day overall. That's now 23 points for Katie Fisher as that first one goes in.
So they're shooting, like I said, 75% from the free throw line. It's actually pretty close to being their worst thing shooting-wise for the day. I mean, 54% from the field, 60% from 3. I mean, you would think free throw percentage would be at 100, but, I mean, this game is pretty much perfect.
Shot is up and no good for Dixon, although that hit the bottom of the backboard before that went out of play, so that maybe should be our ball.
Who knows?
Pass into Gibson for Slippery Rock working baseline on Vaughn. Pass to Henderson, but the ball between her legs. Luckily, there's a Slippery Rock player there. Fordham step back jumper is no good off the front, but rebound by Gibson underneath. Second chance up and the foul. That's Katie Fisher who will get called for the foul. That's her 4th, or her 3rd for number 4. Gibson at the line once again. She has had quite the day from the line. As Gibson now 4 for 4 from the line and make that 5 for 5 from the line for Gibson. And Gibson will take a seat for Slippery Rock. Katie Fisher across half court gets trapped. She gets around it. Going baseline. Layup is good for Katie Fisher.
The ref started to call a foul.
Decided against it.
Decided against it and didn't blow her whistle. It's kind of funny.
Go with your gut. It's Sierra Fordham working on Jan. Gets around her. Allie Thompson tries to defend. They tried to get it over to C.C. Dixon. A delayed out-of-bounds call there.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of weird.
8 minutes and 13 seconds in this 4th quarter remaining. 79-35 your score. Fisher across half court. Passes it to Vaughn. Vaughn driving in, kick to Ralston. Shot is up for Sierra Ralston. How about range with Sierra Ralston? Not a 3, but just a step inside.
Everyone just playing so well today. I mean, shooting 56% from the field. It's unbelievable.
81-35 now. C.C. Dixon floating in between the defense and lays it up and in. But Edinburgh just trying not to foul.
I think they want this 100-pointer too. It would be pretty amazing if they got it.
19 points away. Shot up for 3, no good. Rebound by Slippery Rock underneath. And a foul. Ayanna Vaughn will get called for the foul. And she'll head to the bench. And Jonte Walton, Lindsey Yon, and Shania Sharp back into the game for Fisher, Thompson, and Vaughn, as I mentioned. Pass in to Henley, working down low. Shot is up and blocked by Walton. Petropola to the corner for Cece Dixon. Shot is up and good, and Cece Dixon is taking control for Slippery Rock, at least in this final quarter.
Yeah, Cece Dixon, 10 points in the game, shooting 4 for 12.
Pass over to Michelle Yon to Ralston at the foul line. Spins around, looking for someone to pass to. Maybe not the best pass in the world to Yon. Yon will shoot the three right away. It's short. Fighting for the rebound. Hinderlitter comes up with it. She spun out of that without dribbling. That could have been a walk. The Edinboro bench wanted the walk. Driving through, shot is up, and Hinderlitter with hands all around able to get that one in. And Slippery Rock, 8 points already in this final quarter. It's 81-41. It's still a 40-point game. Lindsey on to Sharp. Over to Walton. Walton to Yon at the top. Shot up for three. It's no good. And Lindsey on gets the rebound, so second chance coming up here for Edinboro. Over to Ralston. To Sharp. I'm waiting for one of them to just pop it. Down to Ralston. Kick out. Over to Walton. Shot up for three. This one is short. Rebound underneath. Lindsey on will dribble it back out, and they'll reset. Kick to Yon, to Michelle Yon, to Walton. Walton driving in, kick to Ralston from the foul line. Shot is up, no good. And this time Slippery Rock gets the rebound. So Edinboro a little cold here in this fourth quarter. Pass ahead to Henley, pass to Henderson. Henderson, no good. And Michelle Yon able to box out and fight for that rebound. Over to Walton. Walton to Ralston. Ralston going to drive in, kick out to Lindsey Yon. Driving in, shot is up, no good. Lindsey Yon will head to the line.
I will say this about Slippery Rock. They've come out and they've gotten their points. I mean, 41 points with 5 minutes to go it's respectable. It's just this Edinboro team has come out and just played like they were professionals.
Absolutely. I mean, you're not wrong. Lindsey Yon makes her first free throw, and now Allie Thompson's the only one on the roster who hasn't put points up on the board for Edinboro.
You're calling her out.
I'm saying, Coach, put her back in. Let her get those points.
I agree.
5:10 to go. Lindsey Yon makes both. And Lindsey Yon will head to the bench. Lindsey Yon, one of the seniors that will be honored on Saturday as it's senior day here for both Edinboro. That game at 1 o'clock against Clarion, a potentially pre-match of the PSAC playoffs.
And, I mean, it's looking like that's going to happen. I mean, both teams pretty much back-to-back in the rankings. If something happens with Mercyhurst and Cal.
I mean, especially with Mercyhurst leading by 11 points right now entering the fourth quarter there.
I don't think is that entering the fourth quarter? I think it's the end of the fourth quarter.
That's entering the fourth quarter. Our game has just gone quickly. Second shot good for Slippery Rock. 83-42. Maggie Moore comes into the game. Jackson across to Walton. Walton to Vaughn. Vaughn wanted to shoot over to Walton. To Jackson. Down low to Maggie Moore. Turnaround jumper is no good, but Shania Sharp able to get the rebound. And Edinboro can reset once again. Walton steps up for three. It's good for Jonte Walton.
An off-balance three.
86-42. Walton has 18. Everything going right for the Fighting Scots. Pass down low to Henderson, and the foul will be on Ayana Vaughn underneath. Morgan Henderson, a forward who's a pretty decent shooter for Slippery Rock. But we have hit our final media timeout of the women's game. Your score, 86-42. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is Edinboro Basketball on the Edinboro Sports Network.
Yo, yo, yo! This is All the Hype, brought to you by DJ Gabe Hypes, coming straight from Compton Hall. Tune in every Thursday night, 8 to 9, to hear the best from modern rap, from your favorites like Chance, Kendrick, ASAP, and you know the rest. And with a splash of old school hip-hop, too. So come listen every Thursday night, 8 to 9, right here on 88.9 Fighting Scots Radio.
The Edinboro Sports Network is your source for live coverage of Fighting Scots athletics. Enjoy all of the action on 88.9 WFSE and EdinboroNow.com, with many home games also featured on ETV. Support for this game broadcast is provided in part by Bonnell's Auto Group, featuring collision services in Erie and Fairview, auto glass replacement and repair in Fairview, auto sales in Erie and Fairview, and full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service is on the web at bonnellsauto.com.
Welcome back here to Macomb Fieldhouse. We're in the fourth quarter. Edinboro has a dominant lead, 86 to now 43, as Morgan Henderson hit her first free throw. And it's just been dominant, for lack of another word, for the performance that Edinboro has had. Dominance is the only thing that I can think of.
It's been bad for Slippery Rock. We'll say that. We'll just leave it at that.
Pass over to Walton. Walton to Jackson. Giovanna Jackson driving in, kick out to Walton. Down low to Maggie Moore. Turnaround jumper with 5 seconds on the shot clock, and somehow Vaughn ended up with it. Shot is up, no good. Slippery Rock comes away with it. Gabe, I don't know if 100 is in reach anymore with 3:30 to go.
I'm hoping for 90.
Pass.
90 is their high point, their
season high. Henderson passes it back, driving through, a shot up block. Edinboro fouling here. I mean, at some point you just got to let him go and let him get the layup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a comeback happening, but 90 is when they took on Damon back November 16th. That game ended 90 to 59. That was the first win on the season and the first win in the 16-game winning streak.
I think that foul is on Walton. Hey, but Allie Thompson, it looks like will come back in. So we could have an all around the board scoring show.
I hope so.
For the Edinboro Fighting Scots. And yes, I just created that. That's not a term that anyone else will ever use. And we have a stoppage here. I can't tell why we have the stoppage. As the referees are discussing something. But the Fighting Scots live broadcast is supported by Bonnell's Auto Group, featuring collision services in Erie and Fairview, auto glass replacement and repair in Fairview, auto sales in Erie and Fairview, and full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service is on the web at bonnellsauto.com. Now, was a technical foul assessed?
Yeah, I don't know who on or what it was, but it was a tech.
Mallory Henley hit her first two shots. Jonte Walton went out for Allie Thompson. And her free throw is no good. Her first one. We'll get a second one coming up here. Edinboro is now under 50% shooting from the field.
Sad.
And most of it in this fourth quarter. Still above 50% from beyond the arc.
And, I mean, they've had sat a good bit of their players in this fourth quarter also.
And over to Vaughn. Yeah, none of the starters in anymore. Lindsey Yon to Ayana Vaughn will shoot the deep three, nothing doing. And Slippery Rock gets the rebound there. And an offensive foul. Lindsey Yon able to turn around and take the charge.
Lindsey Yon is scrappy. She really is. She's scrappy.
Look, Lindsey Yon and Michelle Yon, the Yon sisters, what they pride themselves on is defense. Michelle Yon has a great shot, but they're both very talented defensive players. Ayana Vaughn with it, dribbles to the top. Will set up over to Giovanna Jackson. Jackson to Vaughn will shoot the three, no good. And now they are under 50% there. Taken away by Giovanna Jackson. Layup is good. 88-46, 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain. Driving through Hinderlitter. Will pass it to Gibson. It went off her foot and out of bounds.
Off a foot.
All right, Coach, we need Allie Thompson on the board.
I mean, she's in. She can do it.
Giovanna Jackson, pass half court. Over to Lindsey Yon. Yon to Jackson. Going to dribble around. Over to Vaughn, will shoot the three. Ayana Vaughn, nothing doing.
They're wrecking the three-point percentage. A lot of missed threes in these last, and now they're under
statistics.
They are under 50% from the three-point line when they were at 60 earlier.
Most of that has come in this fourth quarter, though. Two minutes left in the game. Hinderlitter. Trying to get across. Driving through. Dumps it off for Fordham. Fordham at the top. Shot is up, no good. Giovanna Jackson with the rebound. Over to Vaughn. Vaughn fakes it. Pass it over to Jackson, to Thompson. Down to Yon, to Maggie Moore at the top. To Jackson. Will pop it from the foul line. It's no good and out of play, and it goes back to Slippery Rock.
Come on, I want 91.
You want that 90.
I want that 91.
Oh, you want the...
I don't like tying records. I want to break them.
To break them. Hinderlitter. Drives to the left side, looking down low, but good defense by Lindsey Yon underneath, preventing that pass from even happening.
She's scrappy.
Driving down through, shot is up and no good. Good no call there when you can't decide if it's a charge or a...
And it was defense by Lindsey Yon.
Or a block to Henderson in the corner, out to Fordham. Shot is up, air balls, and Lindsey Yon boxing out, a mean box out there, and she gets it. And under a minute to go here, and I don't know if Edinboro is going to hold it, but they might hold it. To Vaughn, will shoot the three. This one is no good. Underneath, Allie Thompson, no good. Oh, breaking the hearts.
I don't think they're going to get. They're
I don't think they're going to get to 90.
They're not going to get 90, and they're not going to get Allie her points. So it could have happened both there.
Pass ahead. Lindsey Yon takes it away. Driving through, Lindsey Yon will head to the line, so they have a chance at 90.
I spoke too early. I thought because it would have just been a change of possession, and I mean, she could have just carried it out and ended the game there, but she wanted those points.
Lindsey Yon has two shots coming up. First shot good, 89-46.
I'm hoping for a missed free throw, rebound by Edinboro, by Allie Thompson to give him 91 on a layup.
That second one good as well, 17 seconds.
Did you see Allie Thompson, though? She had the position.
She wanted it.
For that rebound. I mean, she almost had it. If it would have been a miss, she would have.
13 seconds left, out of play, and I don't know if Edinboro is going to try for another shot here.
I don't think they are. I hope they do, but I don't think they are.
Give it to Allie Thompson. Let's get that
score. Come on, 92.
But no, they will just hold it. And the end of this game and the end of a dominant performance for the Edinboro Fighting Cocks. Your final score of this women's contest, 90-46.
Wow.
Gabe,
All I got to say about it is it was a perfect game, all around perfect game. I mean, even with the fourth quarter where the starters sat, they still shot 46% from the field, 83% from the free throw line, 45% from the three-point line. I mean, and that numbers are skewed. When the starters went out, they were shooting 60% from the three-point range and over 55% from the field goal range. I mean, all around, they had 40 rebounds in the game, not a lot of turnovers. They held the lead for 93% of the game. I mean, there's nothing more you could ask for. They played 12 blocks, 31 points off the bench. I don't know. There's nothing you can ask for. It was the by far perfect game for Edinboro. I think it's the game that's going to turn around and get them hot for the postseason.
And Katie Fisher is your leading scorer for the Fighting Scots. She finished with 26. She had 8 assists and 4 rebounds as well on the day. She wasn't the only Fighting Scot by far in double figures. Jonte Walton, 18 points and 3 rebounds. Michelle Yan, 15 points, 4 rebounds. And Sierra Rawson, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 6 blocks on the game. It was just a phenomenal, dominant performance. Your final score, 90-46. We're going to take a break. We have the men's game coming up. We'll be back in 2 minutes. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I figured we were going to play.
Should just do final thoughts on this one and then preview.
Let's make it 1 minute.
Let's make it 60
somewhere
seconds.
To be, Drew.
We'll be back in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. This is Edinboro Basketball on the Edinboro Sports Network.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Celebrating artists that make their music one effect pedal at a time, this is Subverse, and we're keeping Wednesdays weird. Only on WFSE 88.9, Fighting Scots Radio.
Wednesday nights, 7 to 9, a mix of indie underground hits and new gaze for the inner hipster within us all.
You can also listen online at edinboronow.com or on the Nobex radio app.
Hello and welcome back. Right here, we are going to take a little bit of a break here in a couple minutes, but right now we are joined alongside of Caleb, who will be your color commentator for this men's matchup. How you doing tonight, Caleb?
What's going on, Gabe? Thanks for having me, man. This is my first time doing a color commentary this semester, or actually, this semester. So I'm glad that I'm here to come and have a good time with you and watch the men's team put a stomping on Slippery Rock.
And it should be fun. We broke down the women's game. We're going to break down the men's game real quick. We're not going to get in too much detail. Especially, we're going to probably take a good 10-minute break here soon. It's just, we're going to tell you, Edinboro is taking on Slippery Rock. Edinboro sits at 7-17, 5-15 in the PSAC West, taking on Slippery Rock, 13-13, 9-11 in the PSAC West. It should be a good matchup, and the last time these teams competed against each other, Caleb, you want to tell us about that?
About the last time that Edinboro and Slippery Rock has faced against each other. The last time Slippery Rock has came and played Edinboro, Slippery Rock led 53-45. Edinboro has won 10 of the past 12 meetings between Edinboro. The last meeting, January 21st of this year, Slippery Rock won 69-58. Edinboro shot just 31.8% for the game and saw their 16-game winning streak snap.
Excuse me, 1 second. A couple technical difficulties. That is the wrong stat. This is the women's game.
Oh, my
apologies. So we will flip over to, there is a couple programs up here. It's a complete mess, and when we have Drew leaving, and Drew leaves the biggest mess we get kind of tangled. The men's side, what was the last meeting like?
All right, now that we have the official paperwork up here, my apologies. The last meeting was January 21st of this year. Edinboro won 70-59. Despite having just 8 healthy players, Edinboro claimed a 70-59 win at the Rock. Jamin Mason posted his 7th 30th-point game of the season with 30 points, making 9 of 18 field goals.
I mean, you said it right there. So hopefully Jamin Mason going to explode again. They got the win easy last time, won by 11. We'll see what they can do tonight. The women won big tonight with the final score of 90-46. We will be back shortly. It looks like we have about 16 minutes to go until this one kicks off. We'll come back right before and we'll give our thoughts on this game, and we'll go straight into the action. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Edinboro Sports Network.